After rebounding, Wade and I got our fresh air, sunlight, and cardio in the mountains of beautiful Sedona, Arizona, where we happened to be that day. Forget treadmills at the gym. Fresh air and sunlight is the way to go. There's nothing like starting your day with some good stretching to open up those energy pathways in your body.
Each person will find key stretches that work best for you, and just do with it. Trust your body. And some of the guys that are teaching me stretching, rather than think of how do I formalize a movement, get to the point where you feel a little tension.
It's important to stretch. We get too inflexible and we get lower back pain. It's all coming from all the sitting and driving and inactivity that we do even 15-20 minutes a day just of light stretching. Can do wonders for your body.
Okay, so right here I feel tension in my hamstrings if I go like this. Now I'm just going to sit there with it and breathe into the stretch and take my mind out of it and go. So I'm not really thinking about my muscles, I'm just thinking about where the stretch is, and then I'll find, okay, all of a sudden maybe I'll need to do a little twist in it, and now I see that move, and I'll hold it and stretch it, and then breathe the tension out, and then I'll feel, oh, I need to go over here. And if you do this just gently in the morning starting out, or in the afternoons, kind of just trust where your body goes. Trust where it's going. If I feel like going this way, go this way. If I feel like going another way, go the other way. So there's so much in society, we have this formalized idea of how everything has to be. And you know, the opposite of courage isn't fear, it's confirmation. You know, conforming to what somebody's idea thinks that you have to do or be.
So you don't do the same stretches every day?
No, I don't do the same. I just do whatever. If I feel tension in the body, then I stretch it. If I don't feel tension there, I don't worry about it. I work at the computer a fair amount, and I lift a lot of weights. So for me, this area in my chest area and stuff is areas that I have to work out. So oftentimes I'll grab things to pull off of, you know, to rotate my shoulders back, doorways, you know, to push my body back here like this and open up my chest. My biggest one for me in the morning is getting it's getting this side of my body stretched out. So I always start the day exhaling everything out of the body. So I'll go like, and then I'll take deep breaths coming up like this, and then, and I get lots of oxygen into the cells first. Again, I can't emphasize breathing and stretching. Then once I do that, then I start here. I start here and I just start going. I'm really like a non-conformist stretcher, if you will. I didn't fit into classes very well when it came to stretching. I tried the stretches, and I'm just not naturally a great stretcher. But when I just said, well, how would I just do what I feel like? Then stretching becomes really, really fun. You know, this is another one that I like. This one here is because for me, again, with my legs and all the weight training I've done for years, is that tends to be the area that I need to work on, my legs and my upper body. And when we go to the gym, I'll show you some of the other stretches that I stretch in between workouts. Of course, when you contract the muscle really hard, you actually stretch the other side of the muscle. So when I do a strong bicep contraction, I'm actually stretching my tricep. So if you've built a balanced program, not everybody has to lift weights. You know, it's just, if you're into an athletic activity, if you're into skiing or you're into cycling or you're into tennis, each one of those activities that you love to do is probably going to develop a different set of stretching that you might want. And that's when it's a great opportunity to go find a kinesiologist or a stretch therapist or a yoga practitioner that can do an assessment on your body and get a stretching program that works for you to just get started. I consulted with a fellow like the name of OK Coach, Tony Angianakis, or Tony Flo Real he goes by, and he got me really into the consciousness of stretching, of just getting inside it and letting your body do the talk. So if I feel this, and I'll say, oh, whoa, look at that. I got a little tension here on my ankle, so let's just see what I can do with it now. I can feel that, so I'll stretch that. And while I'm stretching, I like to massage the tissue. So if I feel adhesions, right? If I feel adhesions there, like right there, I can feel a little stretch. I'm gonna stretch that out and I'm gonna work the tissues that I feel tight. And you get little calcifications. Your muscle fibers go back and forth like this. And what happens when they get tight, they get little calcium bonds in here and it sticks. So when I feel that tightness, I'm gonna go right in there and I'm gonna bust up any of those little adhesions, and then all of a sudden my ankle just opens right up really, really quickly. So it's kind of like a stretch, massage, mental focus. And if you're doing it, some days I can go in there and 35 minutes goes by. Sometimes it's 2 minutes. You never know what it's gonna be. So right here, we're outside and we have no things to use, but
You can use each
we
other.
can use each other to stretch, and then I can feel the tension in her body, hold it to a certain point, and help remind her maybe to breathe. So make sure you breathe it out. And as she breathes, now we'll get a little bit more there, right? You can see how that works, right? And I can twist it up, work some more muscles like this. And then you get a feel for what's going on with the other person and realize there's a connection there, right? And you can, so then for an example like this, oftentimes it'd be hard to shoulder structure. So, and again, computers, this is a lot. So I go right in here and I'm putting that tension right on the part that I'm stretching. And then I help her bring her shoulders right back like that.
Feels so good.
Right? And then we hold that and then we massage it out. And you can feel, I can literally feel her shoulders open up. So if she's working on me and doing the similar type thing, now she's going to feel the benefit. You can actually feel the body open up. So I'm learning as I'm stretching her. See, I can feel things move. I can feel things pop back into place and all that sort of stuff because we get all out of balance. And then I'll take that a little closer. So now I can feel the tension. Now I know right where I need to stretch her and roll these out, right? There we go. And like that. And then I can feel a little tension in the bicep. So I can go there and then feel here on the insertion points. And then each one of the fingers. Just like that, right? And this helps her also become more aware of the tension areas in her body, because I'll stretch, she'll feel it, and then I'll feel the little point maybe right here, right? I can feel a little tension, and I'll give that a little massage at the same time, right? And then work right down the arm here like that.
Feels so good.
I'm feeling it right here. I'm not even.
So again, it doesn't have to be as technical as you might think, right? Or so then maybe we want to get down here, so hop down here on the ground. Right?
Oh, I love this one.
Okay, so here's what we remember doing this when you were a kid?
Yeah.
So we can start like this, right?
And the rock helps a lot.
Right? Now I'll pull her a little bit, and she'll feel that tension, right? And I can just twist her a little bit like this and roll with it, and have fun with it. And you can feel the energy coming right from the rocks here when you do it outside. Okay, now just give me a little pull back. That's good. Now I'm really feeling a nice stretch here in my calves and hamstrings. Now you'd never know it, but that's where the tension is in my body right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I made a discovery that my right calf's feeling good, my left calf's a little bit more, so let's just work that a little bit. We're gonna lean over that way. Oh!
And I'm actually having a stretch right in my left side of my back.
Good. And remember, always when you get the tension, don't make it hurt. Take it to the point you feel tension. Breathe it out. Go right into the tissue. Go right in.
And it helps to use mental techniques, just getting right into the cell and imagining the opening.
One of the things that is an easy thing to remember is when you feel the tension, imagine it's like ice.
Melting.
And you feel the ice just gradually melting as the tension goes. Like, now, good. Now see, as we stretch, now I just discovered I have a little tension in my right hamstring. It was my left calf and my right hamstring. So now right here we're stretching it. Now let the ice just melt. Oh, that feels good.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels really, really good. Yeah. And it's very, very easy, and it's fun. You don't have to be a technical person. It doesn't cost anything. It's a great way to go on a date. Go on a stretch date, stretch yourself, right?
This looks like a lot more fun than sitting there watching a movie.
Yeah.
It is, but you can actually put something on and
That's the thing. I think part of we live in the most connected times ever, but we're oftentimes the most disconnected from the
Right.
people that we care about.
Right.
You know, so
disconnected from the earth, disconnected from each other, disconnected from the nature. You know?
I'll stretch this. So she's stretched right now. She's stretching out my lats, right? So that's a very hard muscle to stretch out by yourself.
And we're both stretching at the same
And
time.
we're both stretching at the same time, right? And I can roll like this, stretch a little more, go this way. Then I can switch my feet. Right? Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Very good. High five.
High five.
So,
Yeah, I love that one.
right? So this will help round out the back, right?
Oh,
I can just hold her there like that. How's that feel?
feels awesome.
Yeah. At the very end, I always like to just stretch way up,
Yeah.
stretch the whole body, and open up the lungs. One of the other things I like to do, this is a
Shake
great
the
thing, is
energy out.
shake things out,
Yeah.
shake out the energy.
Because we pick up stuff, you know, that's another
Yeah.
thing about stretching. We tend to hold things in our muscles and our cells.
Open up my body, tense all the muscles, and then relax all the muscles. And I'm doing a double intake of breath. I get more oxygen into the cells, and then I double exhale. And then I'm just relaxed. Tense. Relax. Then what happens is you'll feel your whole energy system calm down. The shoulder tension, the things from sitting and driving or being on the computer or these sort of things. As just by tensing up your body, and particularly the backside, because in the industrial world we're all front and we've forgotten this whole part of our body. We tense up and we tense and then we relax. Now every one of those muscles have contracted and then relaxed, and that allows energy to flow through the system. And the funny thing is, you actually get calmer. I don't know, anytime you get rattled or off on the road, take some tension, breathing, tension, breathing. Once you stretch, pop up, you're ready to go for a run.
Jump up and down like Rocky.